All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. We couldn't be more excited. We've got two-time Masters champ Bubba Watson on the podcast. Bubba, welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's really a pleasure to have you here. And I want to dive right in and talk about Linksoul. So the big news, your involvement with Linksoul recently. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved and what particularly excites you about the Linksoul brand.
Well, first of all, I see myself as a businessman. And so getting involved, wanting to be different than a normal sponsorship where they pay you. I wanted to be part of the company. I wanted to represent them from the business side of it and also from the clothing side of it, the sponsorship side of it. So I wanted to be a little bit different than normal, just wear somebody's clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And John Ashworth is an amazing man. His whole team that he has, Jeff, the designer, the artist, it's just, for me, it was a perfect fit. I've loved what Ashworth has done for years, respect him. And so for me, it was, how can we make this partnership work with a new company, a young company like it is? And obviously they bought into my philosophy. I bought into theirs. And we meshed well, and we've had fun together. And like the shirt I'm wearing now, Mandatory Golf Friday, that's the logos. And so when you think about that, they just have fun. They enjoy life, but they're trying to do things great for this world. They're trying to make great clothes for all different styles of life, whatever you're doing in life, but also they're giving back and helping as well. And so I felt like they were a great fit with me. And again, like I said, that the company is going places that I really believe in and trust. And Ashworth has been amazing over the years, as we all know.
Yeah, and that I want to expand on that for a second because you talked about meshing well and you talked about giving back. I know that's been a big focus of yours, giving back. We've heard so much about the great charity work you've done. So tell us a little bit more. How does this relationship help you accomplish more of those giving back goals and also help the company? Because I know they have a similar mission statement in the way that they give back.
Yeah, the first thing right off the top of my head would be the golf course. When you look at Goat Hill Park that Ashworth is involved in, Linksoul was a big part of that. They've changed that area in Oceanside. And so when you think about what he's created, we just opened the range there. I happened to be there for the ceremonial shot. I think 21 or 22 of us were there hitting the shot. And then when I think about where I grew up, Tanglewood, it's in Milton, Florida. Boo Weekley, Heath Slocum grew up there. So we've all been winners on the PGA Tour, this small golf course, this small town. And so when I think of Goat Hill Park, what Linksoul has been able to do and accomplish there about making a caddy program for kids that have maybe been in trouble or just kind of lost their way. And then when you think about the junior program to help golfers, it's something I've always been a part of and wanted to do is help people get out of a situation or learn from, mistakes, I guess you would say. So I came from a small town and been able to make something, but also grow and learn about the world from the game of golf. And so when you think about what Linksoul's doing at the golf course, Goat Hill Park, they're obviously they're looking at a bigger picture than clothes. And so that's what I truly love is their mission, their attitudes towards helping others, not just making a clothing brand and trying to sell millions of dollars worth.
Yeah, Goat Hill Park is funny. I mean, we there's a bucket list course. We always wanted to get out there and play it. We
almost made it out there right before.
We almost did.
We'll be out there.
We'll be out there. A ton of YouTubers have done it. We wanted to record it, and then of course seeing you on social all over it recently, looks like an epic place. Can't wait to get out there.
Yes, for sure.
But let's just pivot a little bit before coming back to Linksoul. I want to talk about the PGA Tour. I want to talk about this exciting stretch of golf that we've got coming up. First, as we're recording this, we're a week out from the Players. And then, of course, the Masters right around the corner. So let's just start with Sawgrass. I mean, Bubba, can I dare ask you about Sawgrass and how it's such a beast and why is it such a beast of a course?
So well, first of all, let's say it this way. I'm different than most people.
Yes.
For me personally, my whole thing is a feel. If I can see how the ground is moving, I can see how the greens are moving. I can play golf, or I enjoy it more because I can vision things. And the beauty of sawgrass is hide things. They put bunkers in you can't see the landing area. They put bunkers right, or mounds right by the green where you can't really see the rest of the green. So for me, that plays tricks on my mind. It plays tricks on how I see a shot, or I guess perform under pressure on that shot. And so I think, for me personally, this change going back to March is going to help me tremendously because of the grass, because of the way the golf course plays now compared to where it was playing in the I guess we'll call it the burnout season when it was brown. So it's very difficult because it puts a different eyesight on the fairway shot, off the tee. Then it puts a different eyesight on the greens for everybody, not just me. But for me, it plays tricks more than others. I think my best finish is 47th or something there. For every year. I've started making cuts, but every year I'm battling to try to get my lowest, tournament, I guess we'd say.
Oh, well, we're pushing for top 10. Come on. We feel it. I know it's a tough course, but let's look at a course that doesn't give you as much trouble, or one you seem to have a lot of fun at, and that's Augusta. What's it like for you to return to Augusta, and with that being a month or so away, as a returning champion? What is that feeling? I'm sure it's something that never gets old, but tell us about that.
Again, let's start with Fred Couples. It seems like every year Fred Couples is somewhere on that leaderboard. At some point during the tournament, he's on that leaderboard, and he won, I think, in 91, I'm going to say. Could have been 92, I guess. But when you think about him, he's just the kid in the candy store. And when I go back, we all get excited. We all want to play. We all want to play at a high level. Tiger's talked about it. We've all talked about it, how when we get there, we feel like we can do anything we want because it's just the beauty, the history, everything about it just inspires you and gives you energy like no other place on earth.
Yeah, I'm sure. Place I've never stepped foot on. Again, just, living vicariously through you guys as always. But Augusta's always a special place. The Masters, of course, is one of our favorite times as fans to watch you guys go there and perform because the course, the history and everything like that. But, more closer to our area, a course or an event that we like to frequent is the Travelers Championship. Now, here's a course, Tpc River Highlands. You dominate it. I think you've won there how many times? 3? Did I get that right? 3 times. So obviously you love this track. What's it about that course?
I did the numbers one time. If there's no wind, let's just say the wind was, no wind that day. Yeah. I can hit driver, and I would hit a wedge. I could hit wedge into, I think, 14 holes. And it doesn't matter if you're in the rough or the fairway or the trees. When you're hitting a wedge, you feel like you can somewhat score. And so, I feel like I can play golf around there from anywhere. Over the last few years when they changed the course a little bit, it hurt me a little bit because of bunkers and different placement of things. But overall, it's still a good golf course for me, the way I play golf.
Sure.
And the greens are very doable. Again, I'm not known for the best putter, but around there, I feel like I have a great shot because I have so short irons into the holes where I can score. And again, ever since Travelers took over, it seems like they've put the energy into that tournament. The fans are out. The workers come out from Travelers and help volunteer and out there supporting. And there's high energy. I mean, the 18th hole there, as y'all would know, it's like a stadium. I mean, it's perfect seating for all the fans. And, we're in a tough time right now, but hopefully all the fans get back there and we get to hear the cheers again.
Hopefully by that point in the season.
I hope so too.
For sure. But I tell you what, we're talking about some of the places as fans because of the creativity and the way that you approach the game. These are some of the places we really like seeing you play. Is there any other stops, especially this year? I mean, we've got the super season, with so many events packed in. Is there anything else that's on the schedule that you really look forward to? Something that might not necessarily be on our radar as much as fans, but something that you like to get to each year?
Well, right now in Austin, the match play in Austin, Texas, it's such the front 9 and the back 9 are 2 different golf courses. One has trees everywhere. One is more like wide open feel. And I think that changes. Some guys play the front nine better. Some guys play the back nine better because of the wind. You're more exposed on the back nine. And I really love playing that golf course. And I think we all do. It might not be as fun if you played a whole 72-hole tournament there, but match play, mano a mano, it's awesome to do. And always look forward to getting there and trying to play in that and win it again.
Yeah, and no doubt, like I said, from our perspective, the fan perspective, it breaks things up. That match play, something different. It's always fun, especially the spot and the time of year that it's done. Another thing I got to ask you about, just because you've brought it up before, is retirement. In the past, you mentioned certain milestones might cause you might want to retire. 10 wins, you've blown past that. World number one. Look, right now you're 42, but you're still playing at an incredibly high level, making cuts, making bucks. So I got to ask, is there anything realistically on the horizon for you that would cause you to say, hey, it's time to retire?
Gosh. I mean,
I hope the answer is no. Bubba, make it no.
Well, you can't say no, because, my wife is first and foremost. If she says I can't handle the kids without you here. Of course. Right. Kids, my 2 adopted kids, if they say that, hey, Dad, we need you home, I would drop. It doesn't matter if I'm winning the Masters or not. If luckily my kids go to the Masters, but if there was a tournament I was winning and my wife just had a breakdown, I would be on the next plane I could possibly get on to get home. That's winning or not. So that's first and foremost. So I always ask her, you just tell me what I need to do. I've been very blessed where, if I needed to retire from golf, we'd still be able to, make payments on bills and things. And so, now it's just enjoyment of the game. I'm trying to get stronger. I don't know if you've seen, but Ted Scott, my caddy, has been trying to ramp up his swing speed. So now he learned it. And here's our little secret just between us 3. He's been teaching me. He's been trying to get me to get more flexible, get more speed. We're trying to do it without gaining all the weight. We're trying to do it with just bands and hard work. And so to get back to there and so I can hit it hard and hit the shots that I want to hit. And, me and Teddy have goals. Teddy would love to be looping for somebody that made the Hall of Fame. I would love to be Teddy's guy that made the Hall of Fame. We've been together for going on 15 years now, since 06. And he hasn't quit me yet. So I guess I'm doing all right. But, there's ways. I mean, if somehow I got a phone call and said that, Bubba, hey, we're going to put you in the Hall of Fame, maybe that'll change my attitude. Maybe I'll go back to selling cars. It's Sandy and Bubba's. I had to throw that in there. Yeah. It would be something like that. It would be something very dramatic. But I mean, I'm vouching for 45 on the Champions Tour because I want to play. I want to go see some of my old friends that play on the Champions Tour now. I want to see, I just want to do something different. And so that's why change in life is good. And so I don't see myself retiring right now, but hopefully I can keep playing at a high level. If I'm not playing at a high level, then obviously that can change real fast.
For sure. I'll tell you what, both as fathers, each of us of young kids, got to say a lot of respect for that you put family first. And I think that sets a great example for a lot of, people who are playing at a high level as yourself, putting family first. But another thing you kind of hinted at there is talking about that swing speed. You've been someone who's been known for the long ball for a very long time. I want to know, what's your take? What do you think about some of this distance, even above and beyond this revolution we're seeing? Now you're seeing guys like Bryson doing it the other way, bulking up, Cameron Champ. Some guys who just seem to be taking distance to a new level, and I'm sure that's going to continue. We're going to see crops of young guys coming in and doing some really wild things with distance. What do you think? Is there an upper limit here? What's your thoughts on this distance?
I think it's great. As a fan of golf, as a fan of sports, LeBron James they're not asking him to stop, dunking the ball. They're not asking,
right.
They're not asking Steph Curry to quit shooting the 3-pointers or Tom Brady to quit winning. You know what I'm saying? We want to see touchdowns. We want to see interceptions. We want to see slams. We want to see 3-pointers. We want to see boxers get knocked out. We want to see all this stuff, right? And so why not see a golfer make birdies? I don't say dial back anything. You're not selling to us. The manufacturers are not selling to us. We're helping them sell, right? The equipment. So you guys, I don't know what kind of ability y'all have, but we're all men here, right? We want to hit the ball far. So let us hit the ball. And sometimes we lose it as golfers. The industry loses it. We're entertainers first. Sports was about entertaining to get away from politics. And so I think we lose that sometimes, and we just got to let professionals be professional. Let some guy hit it 400 yards. He's got to still chip and putt, right? Still going to have nerves. His ball is going to go further out of bounds or further in the water if he hits it offline.
Right.
All right, guys, we'll get you back with our interview with Bubba Watson in just a second. But first, we want to thank this week's sponsors, starting with Titleist. Guys, the all-new Pro V1 and Pro V1X, they've been completely reimagined from core to cover. Everything from a new casing layer and core technologies to the new aerodynamic cover featuring the first new dimple pattern, Mike, in a
decade, right?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what does all that do? Why should we all care about what goes into the ball? Well, because of the performance. As golfers, we want longer distance, we want softer feel, more greenside control and spin. All of that is baked into the new Pro V1 and Pro V1X. So what I encourage you guys to do, what we did, is go out there, try them both, get fit, get a ball fitting if you get the opportunity to do so, because each is going to offer you a little bit of a different trajectory, but both will get you that great low, long game spin, and then that great spin and control around the green side, which we're all looking for. So that's the all-new Pro V1 and Pro V1X. It's the next level of total performance. Always bring your best. Check out Titleist.com for more information.
It's a ball that Bubba plays as well. And also want to thank FootJoy. Guys, the all-new Hyperflex from FootJoy is tuned for golf with every detail designed and developed with the golfer in mind. Starting at the top, it looks awesome. The mesh material on the upper provides a great fit that forms to your foot and is fully waterproof. Very important. Next, the all-new Rapid Fit system ensures that you're dialed in with that BOA click lock to give you that precision fit, which wraps your foot in complete security. I mean, it offers incredible comfort. They have the new Stratofoam midsole coupled with that OptiFlex outsole so that the shoe and the foot move in unison. It's very important, guys, whether walking or whether you're swinging the golf club. So these are available both laced and that new Rapid Fit BOA system. Go check it out for yourself. Shop at footjoy.com.
Hey, it looks good. It performs well. What more do you want?
Look good, feel good,
great.
baby.
It's the shoe. Go check it out. All right, guys, now back to our interview with Bubba Watson.
I think that's all great. And I want to talk about, some of the fun things you've got going on. I'm going to talk TikTok in a second and some other great things. But something you did not long ago, you did a Golf Week interview. You talked about being affected by anxiety. And I wanted to bring this up because we have both struggled with that at some point in our lives. We all have, especially through this tough time. And COVID-19 has certainly presented a lot of anxious situations in our life that have caused us to be down on ourselves. In that interview, you talked a little bit about what you're doing to overcome that. You talk about the comedy and that lovable comedy of Bubba that we see. That's what helps you. Where are you at with that now, and how are you coping with that?
Well, the real answer is you're always trying to get better, right?
Right.
You're always going to have a downfall moment or have a breakdown and when I say breakdown, a little breakdown or a big one, whichever one pops up at that moment. But, on a side note, I think that we don't see it and talk about it enough in our world. I think celebrities in general, athletes in general, musicians, however you define celebrity, we all have mental issues. We all have issues, first of all. And then mental issues are a lot more rampant than we want to talk about. And as a man, it's hard to talk about, right? I think it shows you're more of a man to talk about it. When I cried for many different occasions, I cry on every Sunday that I go to church, just giving thanks. I cry about my beautiful wife saying yes to me for some reason, even though I got so many issues. So I think it's more, still on the side note, I think it's more rampant than we want to put out there. We don't do enough to help celebrities, because celebrities can't go to Walmart and just pick up, toothpaste if they want to. And so I think it's more out there. But for me personally, yes, I'm working on it every day. I started taking CBD MD oil, trying to help calm me down, help relax me. I've obviously got deeper into the Word, in the Bible. I've got a group of friends. I'm having a Zoom call later today where, we talk about a book that we're reading. Some other golfers and some caddies on there. Teddy's on there too. He needs a lot of help. And so, different things like that. I'm reaching out, trying to stay on top of it, because it's not going to get any easier. The only way it's going to get easier if I just sell the businesses and retire from golf and just go hide in the woods or hide on the boat. And so, that's not who I am. I don't want to do that.
Right.
But again, like I've said earlier, if that's what's going to help me be better for my wife and better for my kids, then that's what I have to do. But, the goal is what works best for you, what works best for Bubba. And for me, we found a niche that getting in the Word, talking to my friends, discussing with them. Me and Teddy, we don't talk about golf when we're out for, gosh, it feels like forever on the golf course. But we just talk about life. He's got some issues going on. I've got issues. We're battling with the same things. We're battling with different things. And so we're using brothers to try to help us and guide us and learn from and get better at.
And it takes guts to do that. And it's just, that's to commend you for, because you may never even know, Bubba, some of the people that you end up helping. It could be just a kid who's struggling with a similar thing. Here's, his idol, Bubba, is talking about it, and now it makes things a little bit easier for him. So as part of that, I just want to say, it takes a lot of courage, and I'm glad that you do that. You talk about it, because it is so true. We all struggle with it. It's just that some of us are willing to talk about it.
For sure, 100%.
Bubba, I got to say, I broke down with you during your first Masters win. I'm proud to say that I did. The way you shaped that shot out of that woods, I know that's probably your greatest shot of your career, but when you broke down on that putt, I was right there with you, man.
Talk about being an entertainer. We were all entertained there, that's for sure. But I know another area where you handle it is also with humor. So I got to ask you, we got to talk about TikTok, because we love seeing it. It's just great. Your vibe, you're out there shaking things up, having a little bit of fun, but the dancing, stuff like that. I'm just wondering, is this you getting back in shape? Are we going to get a Golf Boys reunion?
I would love to. These guys, they practice too much, so they don't ever have time.
Exactly.
So I had, we got to drop them. So I just got to go single, I guess, by myself. It's funny because, like I said, golf is boring. When you're out there for 5+ hours, how do we fix slow play? We've been trying to fix it forever. But so when you're watching coverage or when I'm participating in coverage, it gets boring out there. And so I just want to show a different side of me. I enjoy doing dumb things. Let people make fun of me. That's fine. I'm good with that. And so it keeps me entertained. It keeps me having fun. It keeps me keeping my world light. Yeah. And again, we just talked about stress. We just talked about anxieties. So if I don't keep it light, man, I'm going to be in a dark place. I've been in dark places before, and I don't want to go back there. And so I've got to try to keep my golfing world, my business world, my whole life light. And so TikTok is a great way to do it. You can do a short video. And obviously, when I started wearing J's, Michael Jordan says I can wear J's. When I did that video at the range, my range that I have here in Pensacola, and did J's on my feet, tiptoeing in my J's, God, riffraff. That was a fun one. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
And so that was fun for me. And it didn't matter if anybody liked it. It was just something I wanted to do. And now on my TikToks, if you ever notice, I always put the sparkles on there.
Love the sparkles.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's like my signature now. I got to do it.
I love it.
And that's what's so refreshing too, is just to see that it's genuine. We could see you're having a good time. It's not like somebody who's doing this because, hey, it's the hottest thing and I'm just trying to ride some sort of trend. You're having a good time. And I think that's what 99% of us who don't play golf professionally, we're out there to play golf, to have a good time. So a lot of us are doing the same thing. We're out there, making videos or social for our friends, whatever it may be. So it's refreshing to see. But I want to just get back to, before we let you go, I want to get back to talking about Linksoul for a second again. Any big plans now that we've got, you're on board with Linksoul, that we talked earlier about the reasons why you and the brand mesh so well together. What do we have, or what can you tell us about, of any big plans coming up in the future for you and the brand?
Again, we've touched on a lot of things. I mean, there was a lot of meetings going back and forth of how do we how do we partner up, right? And I'm not going in there and disrupting what they're doing. That's what got me interested, right? Is what they're doing, and their atmosphere, their functionality of clothes, their technology they're using. So I come in going, I'm going to be the billboard. I'm going to wear it on course, talk about it and love it. And then, but also how do we do the charity side even more? And so that's where I think we're going next. We're going to pop out with some more charity stuff, more charity giving. We want Linksoul to be a household name, not because of we're the best product in the world, not because when I say best product, the selling the most in the world, but because what we're doing is bringing up other people, letting them see, letting them be a part of the brand, let this be a household name. Like everybody wants to be part of Linksoul because of the creativity, a businessman, a golfer, a surfer, a skater. I mean, it doesn't matter. These clothes fit for everybody. And if a guy from Baghdad, Florida named Bubba can wear them, and good, hey, anything that helps me look good, it's good product.
Yeah, so, that's great.
And so for me, I think the charity side, that's what we've been focusing on. That's the stuff I focus on, is how do we do that from the charity side and make it better from that avenue. And they've already doing it, and I'm trying to do it on my side. So I think that's the next key, because I'm not going to go in there and tell them, hey, this fabric's better than this fabric. I mean,
right.
Ashworth, he's done pretty well. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, one thing I do want to get your take on from a style standpoint, though, for whatever reason, hoodies seem to be like this lightning rod that these people are so polarized whether they love them or not. We both, I'll tell you, give you a little insight. We both love them, but I like this idea of being able to make golf more of a lifestyle thing. This is what we're wearing off the course, and we should be able to wear clothes, that we want wherever we're wearing them. But I see some of the pictures on Linksoul website. You got the hoodie. What's your take on the hoodies?
So the hoodie, I was that guy, right? Until I put it on. When you put that waffle hoodie on, first of all, that's amazing. But I'm with you. So the lifestyle to me, that's what intrigued me. And if my wife likes the clothes, then we're good. As long as she's happy. I realized how perfect it was. And so I loved it. But for me, it's like you said, go to a business meeting, go straight to the golf course, go straight from the golf course, straight to dinner. These clothes fit in all avenues. And that's what I wanted. I wanted to go from different avenues of my life, business meeting at the car dealership, straight to golf, straight to dinner. It doesn't matter. Go to church. All of this fits. Get on the boat. Whatever it is in life, the lifestyle brand of Linksoul is what I was looking for.
Bubba, want to let you go, but just want to ask you one quick thing. And, I've got this bucket list, being involved with, this golf media company that we've created about a decade ago. I created this bucket list of things that I wanted to accomplish in shaking Tiger Woods' hand, playing in a pro-am. I've crossed those off. The third thing on my list is learning how to shot shape like Bubba. So if I ever get the fortune, if Tracy and the team, PGA Tour, we get those media credentials back, COVID goes away, and we're back, TPC River Highlands, maybe even Liberty National this year. If we get the chance, 10 minutes of your time. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Travelers. Let's make it work.
Let's make it work. Hit that high fade. Well, for me, high slice, but high fade. Love it.
For sure.
I tell everybody, don't make them too good. I don't want them beating me, Bubba.
Exactly.
But all right, listen, again, can't thank you enough for taking the time. We're looking forward to seeing you, all the stuff we talked about in the upcoming events. Go get them out there. And also, of course, looking forward to seeing the collaboration as it grows with Linksoul. I can't say enough how much we appreciate that charitable side. And I think, as you said, those forces combined, both yourself and Linksoul, I think we have big things to see in the future. So, Bubba, again, thanks for everything. It's great chatting with you and appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Thank y'all.
Take care.
Yep.
Thanks, Bubba.
All right, guys. So as you could probably tell, that was an exciting interview for us. We're guys who've been following Bubba's career for a long time. So it just really fortunate and exciting for us to get the chance to get him here on the podcast and talk. And I'll tell you what, I mean, you hear it, you see it when when you speak to him in a medium like this, how down to earth of a guy he really is.
Right. Super cool.
Super cool,
laid back.
super level headed. I mean, he understands the game. He understands, the businesses of the game. And he really puts such a strong focus on his family and his personal growth.
Right.
I mean, those are the types of things that I really wanted to kind of get a chance to talk to him about and hammer home, because I mean, it is hard as you reach a celebrity status. Sometimes your lives just get so guarded.
Absolutely.
For a guy like that to come out and talk about the things he struggled with, to talk about how he puts his family first. I mean, it really gives you an idea of the character of the man.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we can't even really put ourselves in the same position as Bubba, and we travel maybe 1/100th of what he does in a given year. And even those times, it's tough to leave the family because your daughters are young, my daughters are young, and, our wives are home watching them. And he nailed it on the head. And a lot of respect, like you said, for him, for that, leaving a golf tournament if you're in the lead, if your wife needs you, stuff like that. And, that's all stuff we can relate to. And Bubba's such a down-to-earth guy. I've always been a fan of his. And I am, Bubba, going to take you up on that offer to learn how to hit that high fade, baby.
I can't wait to see that. That's for sure. But and look, the other side of that too is as fans as well, to see that Bubba, he's not hanging it up. I know he's joked about retiring before, but he's working on things like still improving his swing speed and stuff like that. I think that's exciting because at the end of the day, he brings a certain level of excitement to the game. He mentioned it before. They're entertainers kind of first.
Right. And
you can't say you're not more entertained when Bubba's in the field.
Mm-hmm.
So again, all great things to hear. And it was a great to get a chance to have him here. And I'll tell you what, we'll all be watching this season in the Masters closely, because here's a guy with 2 green jackets. He plays well there. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. I'm excited.
So again, thanks to Bubba and the team for coming on the show. Guys, if you haven't had a chance to check out Linksoul, definitely check it out. It's great to see, again, the work that they're doing together, the charity work that they're doing. And one day, you and me, Mike, we're going to get out there and play Goat Hill Park.
We have to.
All
right, let's do it.
All right, guys, that's everything we have. You can get to the show notes by going to Golficity or in the Golficity app. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody again next week.